Morning. I just thought I'd do this little video because I was thinking when I was having my breakfast this morning, how people with autism and Asperger's tend to compare themselves, or their lives, should I say, to the lives of their neurotypical peers. This is something that I do now and then. I used to do it all the time and get really depressed about it. And I think it's really important to take a step back and think about your personal progress, because as somebody with autism or Asperger's, you have had to put yourself through some really difficult and confusing and traumatic experiences, and a lot of these experiences go ignored because people don't see what you're going through. They only see the exterior, and particularly if you're like somebody like me that's big on mimicry and kind of how do I put it now? Presenting as a neurotypical person, because it's easier that way, even though I shouldn't have to do that, but it's really, really difficult. But what I'm trying to say is, neurotypical people, I'm not saying that every neurotypical person has it easy, because they don't, but they don't have to deal with the daily challenges that we deal with. Most of them can go into a supermarket and get the bits and bobs that they need. Most of them can hold a job down, and really good jobs, really high paid jobs, lots of responsibility, multitasking, all that. They don't have a problem with doing that. They'd rather not work 40 hours a week and do a job that's demanding and all that, but they can do it. They have the choice to do that or not, which then allows them to buy a more expensive car, or go on holidays, or have more freedom generally to do what they want. A lot of them can have really good jobs, really nice cars, really nice house, and have a family and have a active social life and maintain their relationships and their friendships and their family life. And all that, when I think about that, I'm just like, how the bloody hell do they do that? Because I know for a fact that I could not do that. For me, I have to concentrate on 1, 2, maybe 3 things at a time, and all that is way too much than I could ever cope with. So yeah, when you think about it like that, neurotypical people are capable of doing things a different way than how we do things. So if you're comparing your life now, let's say you haven't got a job at the minute because you're going through a patch of depression, you can't drive because the thought of learning how to drive, multitasking, sequencing, staying calm under pressure, unexpected things happening, you personally you feel like you're unable to do that. So that's out of the question. And because of your communication problems and the social side of Asperger's, you haven't got a partner and you feel a bit lonely and you find it difficult to make friends. By comparing yourself to a neurotypical person that's got a seemingly perfect life, but nobody has, that's wasted energy. That's not helpful for you, because you're not taking into consideration everything that you've gone through and fought for to get to where you are now. And right now you might be sat there thinking, well, nothing's going right, I'm lonely, I ain't got a job, or I've got a shit job that I don't like, I can't drive, you know, I can't seem to make friends or keep a friendship group or, you know, find somebody to love or anything like that. Life's shit. But you're not taking into consideration all the challenges that you've overcome, all the problems that you've come, that have happened to you, that you've just got through, and probably on your own, because people with Asperger's end up doing quite a lot of things alone, don't they? So for that is an achievement itself. For that, you are a very strong person for getting through whatever you've gone through. And also, whenever I think about, you know, well, you know, I'm doing alright at the minute, but I really want to pass my driving test. This is the 3rd time now. I'm never going to get a car, and so-and-so's got a car, so-and-so's been driving since they were 18, that means I'm stupid. Like, I'm not taking into consideration the absolute ball ache that it's taken for me to get to where I am now. So for that, I should be proud of myself for that, just as you should be proud of yourself for getting through a few rounds of depression, for being able to hold a job down for a certain length of time. Maybe you haven't got a job at the minute, it doesn't matter, that is only temporary, you'll probably find another job at some point. For getting through university, even if you did it at the Open University and you didn't have to go to your lectures, doesn't matter, it's still an achievement. If you've got a kid, I don't know how the bloody hell you managed to raise a kid with Asperger's, hats off to you, that's amazing. Like, people like us need to give ourselves more credit for the little things that we do in life, because the little things to other people that don't have our difficulties are big things to us, and they are achievements. And the more of that you get through, the more of that you overcome, the more confident and resilient you'll get. My arm is aching because I'm holding it up. The more resilient you get, and the more you think, well, I did that, so why can't I do whatever it is you want to do? And, you know, that's happened to me, like, throughout my life. First, well, up until I was about 25, I didn't have any self-esteem, I didn't have any confidence in myself, I didn't think that my life was going to go anywhere. I thought that I was just going to be depressed for the rest of my life and not get anything done, not achieve anything. But because of all the shit that I've been through with my mental health that's related to my Asperger's, and through all the difficulties that I've faced because of my Asperger's, that's made me tougher. And, you know, it's given me the drive and, in a way, the kind of fuck you, I am going to do this whether you like it or not attitude that I have today. And that's the reason why I'm still learning to drive, and I'm not giving up with that. Yet I've got my 3rd driving test on Monday, in a couple of days. And, you know, I could have passed first time. Like, you know, quite a few people pass first time. But that doesn't mean to say that I'm thick or that I'm less than any of those people that pass first time. It's just because, you know, shit happens. I was really, really, really nervous on my first test, and that completely immobilised me. Like, all the learning that I'd done, all the, you know, building up my confidence and everything, all that went out of the window. I stalled it 3 times and then had a meltdown. And boy, did I have a meltdown. It lasted all day. And it was bloody horrible, to be honest. And I could have easily have just turned around then and said, right, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. Like, I can't do it, I'm shit. And at first, I did say that, to be fair. I was like, I'm stupid, I can't do anything right. But you can't do that in life because you never get anything done that way. You've got to keep pushing forward and not comparing yourself to other people, because if you do that, it's just not gonna help. It's a complete and utter hindrance to your progress. Just give yourself more credit for everything that you do on a daily basis, even if it's little things like going to the supermarket to get some bits and bobs. You didn't have a meltdown, you held it together. If you did have a meltdown, that's fine, just try again tomorrow. Give yourself patience and time to calm down, and time to just think, well, that didn't work today, so I'll just keep trying, and I will do it because I'm determined to do it, and I can do it. If you tell yourself you can do something, you probably will in the end. If you want something that bad, then you will get it. That sounds really cheesy, but it's true. At the end of the day, all you can do is just be you. And you will get people that are, negative and treat you like you're thick, treat you like you're not reliable, that you can't do things as well as they can. But what you need to remember is your brain works differently to theirs. You are capable, you are valued, you are a human being with things to offer. There isn't one human being on this planet that doesn't have something to offer. We are all here for a purpose. And the minute that you start thinking, I haven't got a purpose, that's it, you're fucked. Because I spent a lot of my life thinking I haven't got a purpose when I had. And I wasted a lot of time being really depressed and not being able to do anything. And I'm not saying that was my fault, because depression is an illness. People with Asperger's are more prone to depression, we know that. But I think my mentality definitely hindered the progress that I was making back then. Whereas now I can quite happily turn around to somebody and say, yeah, but I can do that as well. What you don't realise is I've got to do it a different way to you. So stay in your own lane. Do you know what I mean? Keep your bloody nose out. If these people could walk a day in your shoes, they wouldn't last 2 minutes. I can guarantee. Because it's taken us so long to get used to the way we are and adapt and try and make that work within our daily lives, which is really difficult. It takes years to do that. It takes a lot of upset, a lot of exhaustion, a lot of tears, a lot of stress. And for them to just completely diminish that, that's not your fault. That's not a reflection of, how well you've done in life. You've done exceptionally well in life just to make it this far and still be going strong. Even if you're, having a really shit time and you're not doing anything at the minute, it's fine to feel like that. That happens. That's normal. But it doesn't take away your qualities, your value, your purpose in life. It doesn't take that away at all. So yeah, a bit of a ramble, but I just thought earlier, so many people must be feeling the same way, or must have felt the same way, because I don't feel like that anymore. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't now. And it's just not a helpful way to think, and it's not our fault, because we are the minority. We are in a neurotypical world. That's why we've had to adapt to neurotypical ways of doing things. But, you know, to do that, it's incredibly difficult. So give yourself a pat on the back in the least patronising way possible, and show 'em who's boss. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon.